SeaWorld Orlando, the park with not very many roller coasters, 4 of which are from B&M, is about to add a 5th B&M. People have been speculating about this thing. It seemed like the biggest question was no one knew what the manufacturer was.
Yeah, and for a while people were assuming it was going to be another Intamin straddle coaster because Busch Gardens and SeaWorld have been loving them.
Yeah, that one would make sense. But then, I think it was Behind the Thrills that came out with, an article where it's they had found, permits for the station and the air gates didn't match the Intamin straddles. This is how, nerdy we've gotten. So huge thanks to park fans who came up with the full layout. And the reason that they were able to figure out that it was a B&M is they actually, were measuring the distance between supports. Because B&Ms use thick tracks. So, the thicker the track, ideally that means you have, less supports. Because then the track can also be a support in a way. And so the distance between supports didn't match the other manufacturer's family coasters. And so that's when they're well, it's got to be B&M. There were a lot of even the footer configurations matched pipeline.
I'm so serious. If I ever mysteriously disappear, hire park fans to figure it out. I just have more than a real detective.
They're very, very good, and we got a full animation that was made, giving you an idea of what to expect, so you can see that there's an uphill launch, 2 launches. So we're gonna have 3 launch coasters in this park.
They're literally turning into Busch Gardens Williamsburg. They're we don't have enough launches. Let's just keep doing launches. And you know what? Launches are great.
Yes.
They're great for telling stories, but what does this company not typically do?
Yeah.
Tell stories.
It's a vibe they go for.
Their
theme is it's Surf's Up, but it's
very loose.
Yeah, and Icebreaker is another Arctic-themed roller coaster in the park, and, there's
Wasn't that literally
not a whole
called
lot
Project
there.
Penguin?
Yeah, and this one's called Project Toboggan.
Which is funny because it's in the Penguin area. This should be Project Penguin. I can't help but think that there is a reason behind this that is not what we're all thinking.
I'm literally picturing, alright, so imagine this. Icebreaker has just opened. B&M is already on site because they're doing some prep work for Pipeline. They're taking a look at this mess of a family coaster that has just raised the height requirement from 48 inches to 54 inches, and SeaWorld's man, this is giving us some trouble. And B&M's we too can do a family coaster. And they're yeah, but we're already buying a B&M from you. And they're we'll give you a discount. They're you got a deal.
That literally has to be it. There's no other explanation because B&Ms are not cheap, right? And if there's all these incredible family coaster models out there, if you're going to go with something like B&M, they had to have cut you a deal.
The thing that I keep trying to wrap my head around is from a cost perspective, you're essentially paying for a brand new type of train. That's probably your biggest expense here because we have never seen a family coaster from B&M in the upright position. We've seen it in the inverted position, but this is going to be above the track.
And the wing position.
Yes, yeah. B&M says on their website that they can do it, but they have never done it before, and so they're going to have to develop an entirely new train for this. I'm imagining something like the train on Steel Dragon. It's 2 across, it has the clamshells, but can that accommodate a low enough height requirement? So maybe we actually don't see a clamshell restraint at all. It'll definitely be some sort of lap bar. But
it could be one of those ones that come this way.
Yeah, but it doesn't touch you over here. It's just on your lap. Either way, I feel that's where a lot of your biggest expenses are going to go to. So it is interesting that they didn't choose I don't know.
Literally
If they want reliability, they clearly love B&Ms because in Florida you gotta keep them open 365, high capacity. But there are plenty of proven manufacturers. Vekoma does amazing family coasters.
Yeah, Big Bear Mountain is fantastic, and their height requirement is 39
inches. Yeah. Here's my worry about this. I have no doubt that this will be it'll be a fun ride. I'm sure it'll be good. But the problem is when you have so many rides from the same manufacturer, even if they're different seating configurations, by nature they feel similar. That's the beauty in having rides from different companies, is that they all have their own flair to them. And so yes, all of the other B&Ms in the park are different positions, but it's still a B&M, you know what I'm saying? This wouldn't have been my first choice. It really wouldn't have, which is funny because I said that about Pipeline, but I actually thought Pipeline was great. So
yes, but we didn't know how that was going to feel. safely assume how this is going to feel. Like
we can take a pretty good guess.
Yeah, exactly. So this new 2024...
Oh, yeah. That's 3 coasters in back-to-back years.
I guess 2024 coaster is going to go in the area of Antarctica at SeaWorld Orlando, and it's going to use part of the old abandoned
Empire of the
dark
Penguin.
ride. Yeah, Empire of the Penguin.
So the beginning is actually going to start off with a dark ride section. So it's going to go through some...
penguins.
Well, I think it's still going to exit where you see the penguins. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Antarctica did that, so I think that part is staying. The penguins aren't going anywhere. But like, it'll start off with like, I think there's like potentially like 5 different like rooms per se. So like, I really hope that they like embrace the story aspect of this ride. We'll have to wait and see. SeaWorld has been going kind of light on theming lately.
I don't know, but like, like penguins are the best creature on the planet, so like you have so much potential. If you
do you think that
there's no bias
the
here
train is that you are riding on a penguin? I'm gonna say no, but it'd be kind of funny if it was.
I don't know how that would even...
I don't
know.
Anyways, so you're gonna start off by using some of the indoor section from this dark ride, and then it's gonna venture outside. So we've been seeing construction for the past several months. They've dug up a bunch of space. There's some like backstage areas. Like, they didn't remove any attractions for this other than the dormant dark ride. So it's going to spread out over the pathway and then like in a lot of this area kind of near Manta. So yeah, this is going to be really, really interesting. I said that about Pipeline too. Like, I'm going to be like watching this project. I'm curious how it's going to go. I want to know if we're going to see more B&M family coasters after this. I don't know.
I don't know, because I've noticed that the family coaster market is getting harder and harder to tap into. Think about RMC. They developed this whole family coaster model.
No one has
bought one. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many out there right now. So, like I said, I feel like it had to have been like a, hey, do this prototype surf coaster and this prototype family coaster, and we'll cut you a 2-for-1 deal. Like, that is something that manufacturers will do with parks.
Yeah, like parks that have bought like a bunch of flat rides from, let's say, Zamperla. They're like, you're buying like 5 or 6 rides. Like, we'll give you a discount. Like,
exactly.
So it's totally feasible.
I mean, B&M did just do a family wing coaster, so maybe they are trying to tap more into that family market.
Yeah, it's clear they can do it, but at the end of the day, it does come down to the parks that want it. And usually when you go B&M, you're going more on the thrilling side. So
this is so weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
So SeaWorld Orlando, they got some quirky stuff. But hey, they're trying to be the thrill capital of Orlando. They're trying to compete with all these other parks. And so they've got an aggressive plan in place. This is part 3 that we're seeing. Still need some more flat rides, though. Come on, guys. Like, after this, let's give us some flat rides. Like,
give us some flat rides would be cool.
We're good on the roller coaster side for a while.
Yeah, but, like, if you want to be, like, the thrill capital, like, you've got to compete with, like, Universal now. She has a freaking Velocicoaster.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
they're just trying to be different. That's why Pipeline was fun.
I'd love to see something as high thrill as Velocicoaster at SeaWorld. That'd be so cool.
I just want a wind coaster, man. Like,
I do, too. Like, Texas Stingray.
That's what I would add.
I know. Yeah. I would, too. I keep saying this. Like, every time they add something new, I'm like, that's not what I would have picked.
But here we are.
But that's not our job. We don't pick the roller coasters. We ride them, and we do this.
We got to put the trust that the people at SeaWorld know what they're doing. They're going to come up with something cool. So I'm hoping for the best here. I think it should be interesting. So let us know down in the comments below what you think of this upcoming project for SeaWorld Orlando. Is this what you have picked? What are your expectations?
If any of you say this is what you were going to pick or that you were expecting, I have questions.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.